Hi, I'm Heather. Welcome to class. Today we're going to practice standing forward bends. Before we begin, if you find this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when a new video is available. We're going to start using a chair for Parsvottanasana, the side intense stretch pose. Turn the chair so the back of the chair is facing you. Hold the top of the chair. Step the right foot so the toes are just between the back legs of the chair, and stride the left leg a long way back. The right heel in line with the arch of the left foot. Straighten both legs, grip the kneecaps, and draw the outer right hip back. Inhale. Exhale. We tilt the chair forward and start to lean forward over the right leg. If there's stiffness in the right hamstrings, commonly the hips will start to pull out towards the right side. See if you can keep that outer right hip rolling back so that the outer left hip can move forward. Plug the back heel, left heel plugging down, and the inner upper left thigh rolling back to encourage that outer left hip to move forward. Smooth, steady breathing. And consider the length of the front body. As the breastbone moves forward towards the chair, then we can move the thoracic spine in rather than being rounded in the spine. Upper breastbone forward towards the chair, thoracic spine in. Inhale as you stand up. Exhale, step forward. Let's swap sides. Left toes between the legs of your chair. Stride the right leg a long way back. Straighten both knees. As you straighten both knees, grip the kneecaps, quadriceps firm, and roll the outer left hip back. Keep the back heel firmly plugging down, right heel down. Inhale. Exhale. Tilt your chair. And as you lean forward over the left leg, remember we want to keep length on the front body. Breastbone forward towards the chair so the thoracic spine moves in. Cut the outer left hip back. And as you move this outer right hip forward, roll the inner upper right thigh back. The whole time we're keeping the right heel firmly pressing down into the floor. Smooth, steady breathing. Inhale as you stand up. Exhale as you step forward. Now we'll try without the chair. Starting from Tadasana, let's jump or step the arms and legs wide. Inhale. Exhale. We'll bring the hands into Paschima Namaskarasana behind the back. Bring the fingertips to touch. Turn the fingers in towards the spine and up towards the head. See if you can bring the knuckles of the index fingers to touch as the heels of the hands come to touch. Shoulder tips pressing back, but the elbows lengthen down. We'll pivot to the right side. Turn to face the right leg as you pivot the torso. Move the outer left hip forward. Plug the left heel. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the sternum, look up. Exhale, fold forward and pause at the halfway point where the spine comes more or less parallel to the floor. So this is pretty much where we were when we had our hands on the chair. Keep drawing the outer right hip back, moving the outer left hip forward. If you can go deeper, you fold further forward over the right leg. Now the spine flexes. The predominant flexion is in the hips, but the spine has some flexion here. Press the shoulder tips away from the floor and go on lengthening the breastbone forward. To come up, push strongly into the back heel, raise the head up. Inhale, Stand all the way up, turn through the center, and we'll go to the left side. Turn the left leg, turn the right foot in deeply. So you can press back into that right heel, but move the outer right hip forward. Inhale, as you lift the sternum, lift the chin and look up. Exhale, hinge forward over the left leg. Pause at the halfway point where the spine comes parallel to the floor. Remember, the sternum needs to lengthen forward away from the navel. Cut the outer left hip back and move the outer right hip forward, even though you're plugging the heel down. Then if you can go further, you fold down over the leg, you allow the spine to flex forward towards the shin, but go on plugging the back heel. Roll the inner upper right thigh back. Now to come up, push firmly into the back heel, raise the head up. Inhale as you raise the torso up. Turn to face the center. Release the arms, stretch the arms out wide, and we'll jump or step back in. Inhale, exhale. Back in Tadasana. Let's move on to Prasarita Padottanasana, the spread foot intense stretch pose. Again, we'll jump or step the arms and legs wide. Inhale, exhale. Keep your feet parallel, place your hands on the waist, and let's step the heels to the back edge of the mat. So now we know our feet are in line with each other. Draw your thumbs back towards the spine so that encourages your shoulder tips to roll back, but use your hands on the top rim of the pelvis to draw the back of the pelvis down away from the back ribs. Lumbar spine long. Lift the sternum, lift the chin, look up. Inhale. Exhale. Hinge forward. Bring the spine parallel to the floor and reach your fingertips to the floor. Keep the grip of the kneecaps, front thighs firm. If it's difficult to reach the floor, place blocks underneath your hands. In this initial stage of the pose, we're intending to keep our spine straight. I'll show you from the side viewing perspective. As we fold forward, the heels are in line with the back edge of the mat, fingertips come to the front edge of the mat, and we draw the breastbone forward, thoracic spine in. Front body is long. Eventually, if our hips are willing, our legs are willing, we walk the hands back between the feet, press the palms into the mat so the heels of the hands come in line with the heels of the feet. Pull on the mat so that it feels like you're trying to scoot the mat forward and bring the head down. As the head comes down, bring the crown towards the floor, and if it doesn't reach, you could potentially put a block underneath your head. But then note your shoulders. Don't pull them into the neck. Can you lift the shoulder blades up the back towards your hips? As you're bending the elbows, we create a right angle between the forearms and the upper arms, but we feed the upper arm bones into the shoulder joint as the shoulder blades ride up the back. Grip the muscles of the inner thighs into the bone and pressurize the inner and outer heels evenly. Slowly raise your head up, fingertips to the front of the mat, sternum forward. Hands to the waist, shoulder tips press back. Inhale as you stand. Top rim of the pelvis moves down. Navel lifts up. And then we can step out of the pose. We're going to move on to Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana, the upward one leg pose. Stand your legs length away from the wall, legs together. If your hamstrings are stiff, have blocks ready for your hands to come down onto. We fold forward, fingertips to the floor or hands on blocks. Start with the length on the front body, sternum forward, and step your left toes up onto the wall. Clearly we need to navigate. Are we close enough? Are we too far away? Do we need to readjust where the standing leg is? So initially we can start with the left leg not particularly high, and already some may feel a challenge in these right hamstrings, and that may be enough height. If you feel you can go further, then certainly step in closer the right leg and take the left leg higher up the wall. As you take the leg higher up, spin this thigh in, internally rotate the left thigh. Inner left thigh rolls up towards the ceiling, and then we intend to walk the hands back alongside the right foot and fold down into the leg. You can try catching behind the ankle with the right hand. Bring your forehead towards your shin and keep lengthening the front body along the right thigh. Raise the head up, fingertips to the floor, lower the left leg. Pause as you take a breath or two. Let's take the right leg up, right foot up onto the wall without turning the leg out. Can you internally rotate the right thigh so the inner right thigh rolls up to the ceiling with the intention of keeping both legs straight? Work with the grip of the kneecaps. Then, as we intend to go deeper, walk your hands back alongside the left foot. Press the hands into the floor in such a way it feels like you're trying to push the mat forward away from the wall to help bring yourself down deeply into the left leg. Forward towards the shin and go on rolling the inner right thigh up to the ceiling. Gripping the kneecaps, maintaining straight legs. Look forward, fingertips to the floor. Step the right leg down. Take a breath or two. And we'll move straight into Uttanasana, the full pose. Legs are together. Inhale. Exhale as you take your hands back alongside the feet. Press the heels of the hands into the floor. If you can't reach, use blocks under the hands. As you work to press the heels of the hands into the floor, watch your hips don't move back behind the line of the ankles. Can you keep your hips vertically top the ankles? And draw yourself into the legs. Forward towards the shins. Note your shoulder blades. Are they pulling into the neck? Can you lift the shoulder blades up the back, away from the neck? Slowly raise the head up, breastbone forward, you're on the fingertips. Hands to the back of the waist. Inhale, stand up. And release. We'll move on to Padangusthasana, the big toe pose. Separate your feet to hip width. Keep the feet parallel. We'll start by taking the arms upwards. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen the trunk. Exhale, fold forward and down, and we reach to catch the big toes. Now, if it's a challenge, in order to accomplish the grip of the big toes, you may need to bend the knees. Let's all bend the knees to start. Explore the flexion in the hips. So perhaps you bend the knees enough that you can bring the abdomen, the ribs to your thighs, and you feel that deep hip flexion. Shoulder tips press back towards the hips. Maintain the hip flexion and the knee bend. As we exhale, bend the elbows out wide. Bow the head down, crown of the head points towards the floor, but feed the upper arm bones into the shoulder joint. Ride the shoulder blades up the back towards your hips. And now slowly start to lift the sit bones in an effort to straighten the knees. Keep pulling on the big toes, accessing the bicep muscle strength to help bring you down, as well as the upper thigh strength, the hip flexor strength. Slowly now, let's raise the head, raise the torso, and again, bend the knees, and we move to Hastasana, hand to foot pose. Tuck the hands, the palms facing upwards, underneath your feet. Take the toes all the way to the wrists. Again, look forward. So again, we're starting with the knees bent. We're starting the pose with the knees bent, exploring that deep hip flexion, breastbone forward. Inhale, exhale, bend the elbows as you fold down. The head starts to point down. Slowly work the sitting bones up, work the buttocks up in an effort to straighten the knees. Grip the kneecaps, front thighs firm. And just notice if you're pulling hard through the abdomen, pushing the belly out, can you allow the navel to recede back towards the spine? Now, as you raise the head to look forward, step the hands out from underneath the feet, hands to the waist. Inhale, stand all the way up. Stretch the fingertips down in Tadasana. Finish in Tadasana, feet apart. Soften your gaze. Facial muscles soft. And release. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me.